It's funny you should mention popping a cherry because that's a good way to start a stand-up routine. It's a good thing you mentioned popping the cherry. Stand-up's going to be about sex because, let's face it, that's all men want. We want sex, and it's not our fault. It's evolution's fault. We want to reproduce and make life, so women don't get mad at us. We're just trying to keep civilization going. Another thing evolution is responsible for is me coming quickly. No, it's true. Don't laugh. I read a book about it once, I swear. When we were cavemen, we didn't have time to have sex for hours, you know? We had to like go hunt mammoths and kill saber-tooths. We didn't have time to fuck for hours, so like for example, there's two cavemen, one fucked for an hour, the other caveman fucked for like a minute. When they go out hunting and a saber-tooth pops up, the caveman that fucked for an hour, he's all slow trying to run away. The caveman who fucked for a minute, he's out of there. Caveman who fucked for an hour, dead. Caveman who fucked for a minute, banging his bitch at home, reproducing babies. And now the information, it trickled its way down to me, and now I come real quickly, but girls don't believe that. They tell me they don't buy it. So any girl that left me, because I came quickly, when a saber-tooth comes to attack and kill them, they better not come to me. I'm not saving them. Also, sex is very still primal and has to do with evolution. Like, I still do primal things during sex. Like, one time, I was with a girl and she was on her period. That's not the primal part, that's sad. Just for some reason, popped in my head, seemed right. I was in the moment, I was all fierce. I reached down, took some period blood, put it under my eyes like tribal paint, and I just screamed at her. I didn't know why. It was caveman instinct, that's all. Also, you know, dominance is still very much primal instinct that I have with sex. Like, when I bang a girl, like, before I break up with a girl, I make sure the last sex we have is the greatest sex ever. Just so I have that dominance over her. I want that to be the most knee-twitchingest sex she's ever had, so then she can go to all her friends and tell them about it. I don't let her leave, like, with sex that happened, like, for a minute in the backseat of a car. That's not me. Well, it is, but I don't want her to think that's me. I want her to leave with a good impression and tell all her friends. But also, not just sex, but we still have primal instincts in, like, dudes. Like, you know those tough dudes? They walk around all big and strong, and you ever notice how when a dude's about to, like, fight you, he gets all big like this? Yo, what's your problem? They make themselves all big and loud, like they're a gorilla. And they really are shaped gorillas to think that, like, doing this makes them look bigger. I can see your body size, dude. You're not that big. But yeah, sex, it's still very much involved with evolution. It's still continuing to evolve sexually. Like, cum swallowing is a huge thing nowadays. I don't know if you're aware. And if a girl's gonna be swallowing, she's gonna marry a guy. She's gonna swallow his cum. We all know that. And if she's gonna swallow his cum, she wants to be good tasting cum because she's gonna be married to him for like 2 years. It's the average marriage span nowadays. So obviously, guys who have bad tasting cum, girls aren't gonna marry them. They're not gonna marry a guy with bad tasting cum. So anyone with bad tasting cum, evolutionarily, they're gonna go away. They're gonna die off because they're not gonna be able to have babies. And well, that's a battle I'm losing as well. I'm gonna die off just because, well, as much as like I'm talking about getting laid and stuff, I don't get laid. I mean, it's not because I'm ugly and a shitty personality, although that might help. Mostly it's because I'm lazy. I don't feel like hitting on girls because I'm so lazy. Like, sometimes I don't want to eat because I'm too lazy. Like, I'm sitting there on the couch, and I'm like, I could make a sandwich, but I get the cheese, the bread, the meat. Who needs all that nonsense? I could starve to death in a house full of food just because I don't want to make anything. And sometimes it's the chewing. Like, I could have a sandwich, but then I gotta sit there and chew it. Like, I quit food halfway through because I was tired of chewing. I had a sandwich, I'm just like, all right, this is, I don't need this crap in my life. This is getting monotonous. Threw it aside, sat on the couch hungry, and whined like a bitch. But yeah, sex, still, like, I'm still lazy to get it, because I don't feel like hitting on hot chicks. I don't feel like doing all the work for that, so what I do, and like usually I'll bang fat chicks for a while, for like a week or two, just hoping that like me, their favorite show is The Biggest Loser. I've never watched it, but I just hope I'm like, I'll get with one, and then like if there's a Biggest Loser audition thing going on at the mall or something, I'll just happen to take them to the mall, and then when we pass, I'll just happen to be like, hey, The Biggest Loser. Wow, that's odd. She'll be like, oh, I love that show. And I'm like, you should go on it. But you don't need to, but go on it. Then they go on it, and they lose all this weight, and then they come back looking sexy and all this other shit. And I gotta be a hot bitch, and I don't have to do any work. It's great. Now, I'm not vain for doing this. It's no different than females that say they want to change men, you know? They're with men that like beat them, steal their money, and you're like, why are you with them? I can change them. That's why I'm with the big girl. I can change her. It's for vainer reasons, but still. Why is the girl trying to change a man? Maybe he likes the way he is. Maybe he likes being an asshole. Leave him alone, alright? He'll change when he's ready. But no, I do think I have a pretty good argument connecting evolution and sex, because I think it's a good enough argument I could convince a priest of it. Because imagine a priest, he's sitting there touching the little boys, all little priests do, and he blows his load after like 20 seconds, right? And then he's just so embarrassed, he looks at the boy, he's like, it's evolution's fault, I come quickly. But it's like, but you believe in God, and God made everything, right? No evolution. And the priest is just like, I touch little boys, how much do I believe in Jesus, kid? Come on, get real. But I also use religion to get away with my bad sexual acts. One time, I didn't do my homework, and the teacher was like, why didn't you do your homework? So in a moment of uninspired stupidity, I said, it's against my religion. And now, thinking on my feet, I was like, oh crap, no religion says don't do your homework. So the teacher said, what religion is that? So I said, Lennoxism. I just used the last name and threw on ism, because that's all religion is, an ism at the end of it. And he didn't buy it, but I still use this religion, because religion can get you stuff you want. And of course, as you can tell by what I've been talking about, what I wanted was ass. I wanted some girls. So I used religion to get that. I gathered all the kids up in the cafeteria in the morning. I started telling them about my religion. I said, we got some good rules. Do unto others as others do unto you. Meaning, if I feel on your chest and love on your genitals, I just want you to do it to me, girl. Treat what's mine is yours. If you're in my religion and I have a girlfriend, you can have her. But if you have a girlfriend, I can have her too. It's all about sharing. It's all good stuff. But the way to get into religion, my religion, Lennoxism, to get into my baptism was having your ass slapped. And the surprising thing was, girls actually like went for it. I had a line of girls lined up in front of me, waiting to get their ass slapped by me. And well, it was the greatest moment of my life. Nothing I've done since or before ever topped that, which says a lot about my life. But that religion is still going on, and what I'm basically trying to say is, if you want to join my religion, I'll be in the back of the bar here. Thank you.